The National Commission for Women has jumped into the snoopgate scandal and has cast a shadow on Narendra Modi and his aide Amit Shah. This despite the fact that the father of the woman, who was reportedly under surveillance, has written to the commission seeking an end to the investigation. As the BJP pulls all stops to defend Narendra Modi and his top lieutenant evade important questions, the Congress is making sure it keeps the pressure on the Gujarat strong.
With snoopgate attacks getting more and more biting, the men in the eye of the storm are silent and evasive. But now there's fresh fire directed against them. This time it comes from the National Commission for Women. They want the Home Ministry to probe snoopgate. And probe it despite the father's strident demand to let his daughter be.
गुजरात सरकार को नोटिस भेज के हम लोग एक एक्सप्लेनेशन सीख कर रहे हैं कि जब भी इस तरह से कोई भी प्राइवेट एडल्ट सिटीजन की एक्टिविटीज़ के ऊपर जब ध्यान रखता है तो देर इज़ अ रूल और लेट डाउन प्रोसीजर होता है, उसके अंतर्गत ही इंटरसेप्शन किया जाता है कॉल का। तो वो क्या लेट डाउन प्रोसीजर को फॉलो किया गया था।
The ball is now in Home Minister Shinde's court, who says he's looking into the matter. But in the background, the war of words has exploded.
Lady does not have a complaint. She is married. Her father doesn't have a complaint. No family member is having a complaint. But Mr. Kapil Sibal, Chidambaram, Manish Tiwari, all are having a complaint.
They say this was an oral request. I mean, that itself is most surprising because oral requests can't be the basis of providing security to citizens of this country. There is a procedure by law which is established by the Supreme Court of India.
Shah might dodge the cameras, but he's the one directly in the dock for admitting on tape that illegal surveillance was on. The matter came to light after suspended IPS officer G.L. Singhal submitted the conversations he recorded to the CBI. Modi is alleged to be the saheb in the tape and won't answer any questions. No one's heard from the Bangalore-based architect who was snooped upon. Her father though claims to speak on her behalf and says that she wants the matter dropped right away. But another anti-Modi IAS officer who claimed he was persecuted by the Gujarat government for being in touch with the woman has already moved the Supreme Court over snoopgate.
Earlier this year, BJP stalled the parliament for 3 days because phone call records of Arun Jaitley were illegally accessed. Now Congress accuses Bharatiya Janata Party of double standards. But BJP also says that how come the snooping issue wasn't big then?
दर्जनों लोग गिरफ्तार हो गए क्योंकि मेरा टेलीफोन ऑब्जर्वेशंस में था। उस पे तो जिन लोगों के आपने नाम लिए उनमें से किसी को चिंता नहीं हुई।
But amid the political din, it's Modi who has some real answering to do. Bureau Report, headlines today.
There are important questions being asked on both sides. Why have these tapes been leaked? There was CBI property. Why have they been leaked just before the elections? But most importantly, even if it is a conspiracy, why are Amit Shah and Narendra Modi both silent? Do they not, as a team that hopes to rule Delhi, owe the people an explanation who this woman is and why she was kept under surveillance to such an obsessive extent? Joining us on the center stage, face off on whether Narendra Modi can ride over the biggest crisis to face him since the time he's been made the prime ministerial candidate of his party. I want to introduce first Madhu Kishwa, editor Manushi. Also with us in our studios at this time, R.B. Sri Kumar, former top cop of Gujarat, a man who's leveled some very sensational charges against Narendra Modi. Does he have any evidence at all to back what he's saying about Modi and his relationship with this girl? Also with us, Ashish Khaitan, the person from Gulail who's put this story together, which is caused this massive storm. Representing the BJP on our program this evening, GVL Narasimha Rao. I want to first go across to R.B. Sri Kumar, who's given an interview this morning to my colleague Javed Ansari, in which you said Narendra Modi and this girl had a very proximate relationship. They were very close. Now, what evidence do you have, Mr. Sri Kumar, to make a claim of this nature? Is this not scurrilous? Is this not scandalous? Is this not a below the belt bob?
I never meant any scandalous thing.
Yes.
I am friendly with you for the last 4 years. That doesn't mean anything scandalous. We Indian males are taking that attitude. If he was close to many people, many males, just like he was close to this person, and otherwise he was close to many males, and there were extensive newspaper reports. This relation started when I was additional DGP itself.
No, the other charge that you've made today is that you were asked by Narendra Modi personally to keep eyes on a Congress leader,
yes,
and that illegal surveillance and snooping is commonplace in Gujarat.
Right. That was the...
No, but given the fact, Mr.
That is the
Kumar,
evidence.
that you've got an axe to grind, that you've taken a position in the Narendra Modi saga, what credibility do your claims have?
This second thing I have noted down in a register maintained with this signature and a sign of the senior most officer of my office, Mr. O.P. Mathur. He is supposed to be close to Modi saheb, and these all illegal orders have been narrated. In almost 24 meetings I attended, chaired by Modi saheb,
Okay, I want
but
to-
in none of the meetings where there are minutes. Why minutes are not kept?
Okay, I want to bring in Madhu Kishwar, because the important question is that given the flurry of charges being hurled against Amit Shah and Narendra Modi, why are they silent? Why are we not getting to hear from them on what their defense is? Let them come out, let them answer the questions. They are quick to take pot shots at everyone else. Let's hear from them.
For 12 years, you've carried on this trial in absentia. Modi has never condescended to answer you, and I'm glad he doesn't condescend to answer muck. Secondly, and he will not. You will all die of frustration, because he will not stoop so low as to come up every second day and defend himself against filth, which is all motivated. Secondly,
Forget whether it's motivated or not, Madhu Kishwar. I am assuming that he is motivated.
Better things to do.
Amit Shah is keeping tabs on a young girl in Ahmedabad.
They were keeping tabs on this rogue IS officer who
Not if you listen to the tapes and the conversations. The tabs are being kept on this young girl. Whom is she meeting? Where is she going? Whose room is she in? Those are the sort of questions that are being asked.
Her. This story in Bhuj, even little children will tell you. I heard it 4 months, 5 months ago when I was in Bhuj. Everybody knew that this rogue officer, apart from being involved in land scams, for which he had to go to jail, he was taking young women at government expense for Ayashi abroad. And he was...
No, but is that not as scandalous and scurrilous a charge as those that you're trying to oppose, Madhu Kishwar? You are following exactly the same thing that you're saying that the Congress is doing.
Her father has said he wanted her protected from this rogue officer. Now, Mr. Sri Kumar has been called a liar by SIT in report after report, page after page.
No,
his testimony
no
has been, well, I have quoted.
Okay, you can talk all the time. Make your point quickly. I want to bring the other.
I'm saying there'll be much coming. Don't worry. And if nobody else, I will bring you to court. Secondly, he was charged as a CIA agent who destroyed ISRO. I have put a fact sheet. It is what sub judice matter? You got.
There is no evidence.
You entered
there
into.
Evidence.
There is evidence enough that.
Why the government did not inquire? Why he did not inquire if I am a CIA?
Because.
Okay, Madhu Kishwar, you made your opening arguments. You made your opening arguments. I want to bring in Ashish Khaitan, because the charge that is being leveled by the father. Please give us an opportunity. Madhu Kishwar, do not do this. Let's give everybody a fair chance. Let's give everybody a fair chance. Mr. Sri Kumar, allow me to moderate this debate, please. Ashish Khaitan, the point that Madhu Kishwar is making is this, that the girl's father has written a letter that's been put out in the public domain. He says that the girl fell upon bad company, and all Modi and Shah were looking out for this girl.
First of all, the girl's father, she is not a girl, she was 32 years of age.
32 now, she was not 32
She was
then.
32 in 2009.
Yes.
I am the author of this story, I know my facts.
What author? CBI handed you the tape. What
how do you know who handed me the tape?
What else? CBI property.
What is this debate about?
CBI hands over the tape.
Madhu
What are you talking about? Is this the level of the debate that you are going to
What is
moderate?
the level you brought to?
We are discussing a grave matter of public interest, and if you want to hog all the airspace, then you should not have allowed us to be called
Okay,
here.
Ashish, answer the substantive point.
No, the point is that here you have 267 tapes which were recorded by an insider. GL Singhal, who until 2013 was an insider, was part of the core team of Amit Shah. He recorded these tapes in 2009. The tapes are not post facto. The tapes were recorded in 2009. They only surfaced now. No external agency recorded these tapes. No CBI or IB recorded these tapes. The tapes were recorded by a whistleblower, by an insider who has admitted that I was part of this illegal surveillance operation. That yes, the whole operation was illegal. It was done on oral orders. 1 second. 2, I played a pivotal role in this whole affair. And then on his own, he has given these tapes, 267 tapes. In each of these tapes, his voice is there. He is taking orders from Amit Shah. He is taking orders from the then IG intelligence. 1 second. 2, he has incriminated himself. Now what we have here, the content of the tapes are at complete variance with the BJP's defense and with the father's explanation. The content of the tapes are like this, the girl is very clever, she should not escape. The girl is keeping 2 phones, intercept both the phones. The woman is taking flight from Ahmedabad to Bangalore and then from Bangalore to Mumbai. She is doing this to evade us. Well, otherwise she could have taken flight directly to Bombay. The woman is very clever. She make calls from PCU at the airport, take printouts of the PCU calls. We want to know who she is calling. Now come on. Do you think this is surveillance?
Okay,
or
we've
do you
heard
think
the
this is
tape.
protection?
Let Madhu Kishwa answer before
Yes.
I bring others in.
I'm saying she was in some ways involved with this rogue officer who's already been to jail on number of criminal charges.
And we hear Amit Shah say,
Yes.
put him in jail for longer than Vanzara.
Well, he deserves to be in jail along with his brother.
But not in
And
this
I'm
extrajudicial
saying-
fashion.
One second.
Not in this fashion. What's happening to all of
One
us?
second, one second.
You can't have home ministers order whimsically for someone to be
I'm
put in
saying
jail.
your criminal officers are put under surveillance. They are.
This is a cock and
Nothing
bull
wrong.
story.
Why
This is a
not-
cock and
not
bull
a
post
problem?
facto
Why
after thought story. Because what
What
stopped
is
the
your-
state? What stopped the state from registering a case that
But
this
there are
IS officer was
cases.
harassing the girl? There are cases of corruption. There is no case of molestation or harassment. Show me
there
one
are
case. If the
cases-
state can put that officer on corruption charges inside the jail, the state can certainly register an offense of harassment.
He
What stopped the
he
state from-
took these girls on foreign trips at
Fabricated
that
stories.
personal
For that,
expense.
you don't have any
stories.
proof to substantiate that.
What proof does he
They
have?
put out
We have put out the tapes.
CBI, wait, 1 second. Mr. Singhal, who has given these tapes,
Yes.
do you know that Human Rights Commission member Mr. Sinha 4-5 months ago said what the Congress party is doing is legal third degree. These are encounter
off the
accused.
tangent.
They are all
but we are dealing with the substantive points that are being raised.
One
Besides
second.
the point.
It's not.
This is
And you
besides
have
the
to look
point.
at who's saying what when.
Yes.
Encounter accused who
Going
is
round
given
and round
an
and round, it's
illegal
cutting the main
bail.
issue.
Please keep quiet.
You miscutting the
He's
main
given
issue.
an illegal bail in order
But that's
for
not the
as
issue
a
over here.
quid pro
The issue
quo
here is the
to make
snooping
all this-
against that young girl.
Who's
I want to
doing
bring in
it?
at this
You
time
know
Mani
who?
Shankar Iyer, because the Congress is now using this as political fodder, Mr. Iyer, and is insisting that Narendra Modi step down as the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. Now, given the fact that nothing has been proven, should the Congress not let the BJP do what it wants? Why are you advising Narendra Modi to step down, Mr. Iyer?
I'm sorry, for the last 12 minutes, I have not been able to hear a thing of what has been said on the program, so I'm completely unaware of the background to your question.
The question, Mr. Iyer, is that the Congress is now using this as political fodder, and the BJP is questioning the leak, the timing, questioning how CBI property managed to come out into the public domain. They're saying that this is legal third degree, that this is a way of trying to pin Narendra Modi down because the Congress is rattled by his growing popularity.
Why shouldn't we pin him down, whether he's popular or not? And if there are all these arguments against us, why don't they make it in the probe and not on television programs? The fact of the matter is that a complete illegality unauthorized by the law has taken place, and it deserves to be probed, and there's no reason why it should not be probed merely because there is an election on, or merely because they've decided to ask this man, who has apparently conducted a criminal illegality, to be the head of their party. Why should the fact that it's an election make it improper to hold a probe?
Okay, let me put that question to GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL, why is the Gujarat Chief Minister not ordering a probe? There are very serious charges that have been levelled. Sushma Swaraj said yesterday that she is not opposed to the Congress's demand for a Supreme Court judge to probe this case. There can be an independent inquiry can be set up. A FIR can be registered in Ahmedabad. Let the Gujarat police probe it. Why is a basic probe not being ordered to establish the truth of the claims that have been put out in the public domain? GVL.
Rahul, even I have not been able to hear anything so far. I have just managed to hear your question, that too in parts. So let me try and answer your question. In this particular case, I think it's not a snoopgate. It is a stoopgate. The Congress party is stooping too low to attack Mr. Modi politically, personally, and hitting him below the belt. So it does not require, it does not warrant a response actually.
No, but there are
So
grave violations of law that have taken place. From the Indian Telegraph Act onwards, the phone tapping norms that have been laid out by the Supreme Court, those guidelines and laws have been violated.
The family has asked the NCW, the National Commission for Women, not to order a probe. In fact, they are saying it's actually you are invading the privacy.
Okay, let me put that question then to Manishankar Iyer. Mr. Iyer, why does the CBI, which is controlled by the government,
just listen to me.
Just one second, GVL, you've said your piece. Let me get Manishankar Iyer to respond. GVL, just one moment. Mr. Iyer, just one moment, GVL. Mr. Iyer, why does the CBI not lodge a probe? They've had this tape for so long. Why don't they probe this case? Just turn GVL down, please, Mr. Iyer.
I would love to see the CBI probing the tape. I'm not quite sure of the jurisdictional matter as to whether the CBI can probe a matter within a state without some kind of indication of cooperation from the state government. But if legally it's possible to do so, I do hope unilaterally the CBI probe is ordered, because this is a matter which certainly deserves a probe.
But actually, the Congress party has outsourced part of its battle to NGOs and to journalists like Cobrapost. So they know they couldn't have done anything about it. Otherwise, 4 years they've had this. This was government property, CBI property. I'm saying,
but let's assume for the purpose of this debate that the tapes have been put out as part of a conspiracy. Let me assume that. But even then, the charges that are leveled are so important.
Every week is a conspiracy. Every CAG report that was leaked was a conspiracy.
Why doesn't government actually, why did CBI not take action?
No, but that doesn't take away, Madhu Kishwa.
Why do they leak
Look
it,
at
not
the
take
level of
action?
surveillance. Look at the level of stalking. This is a violation of law and it needs to be probed.
Why did CBI not do it? Why does it need Gulail, little Gulails to do it with them? You know, they've got AK-47s in hand. Why do they need a Gulail to do it for them? Why leak it? Why make I'll tell you why. No, what public interest? It's only because
what public interest?
No, you want
what
to
public
do
interest?
Salacious,
what public interest? You are misusing the state machinery. You are misusing the state machinery. 1 second. You are misusing the state machinery. The level of so-called protection is completely disproportionate. What the father is saying now. If the father was worried about the security of his daughter, there could have been PSOs provided. For 1.5 months, the Minister of State at home spent every minute of his waking hours just surveilling this girl.
Let me put the question to your claim.
I'm saying, what is this IS officer, Pradeep Sharma, is in touch with mafia elements? This guy, so I'm saying, ask CBI to do it now.
CBI, you will make an allegation.
But I have a question for GVL Narasimha Rao, and the question, GVL, is this: that even if a father says that his daughter has fallen in bad company and he needs the chief minister to keep an eye, you put one person on that job. You don't deploy the entire anti-terrorism squad of the Gujarat police. The state's home minister doesn't devote every waking minute to try and keep an eye on that girl. This clearly goes way beyond what the BJP is trying to dismiss this as. You try to pretend that this is a frivolous matter. It clearly is not. And the BJP hasn't been forthcoming with a strong enough, compelling enough, credible enough defense.
No. Don't you recognize, don't you realize this is an exaggeration to say that the entire police force is involved in keeping an eye or keeping a watch on this particular family and a couple of officers? I think Gujarat, you all know, is the best administered state, best police state, has the best law and order in the country. It can't be doing it by just keeping the police away.
But let me ask you a counter question then, GVL. If Gujarat has the level of safety for women that does, then you don't, to protect a woman, need so many people to keep an eye on her because of how safe Gujarat is. That's what you are saying. The BJP is not saying it. Amit Shah is not saying it. Narendra Modi is not saying it. That's a new line of defense that you've come up with. Her parents haven't said it.
Her parents are saying it.
They're not saying it.
Her parents are saying it.
Show me a letter.
What else?
Show me a letter.
They
are not saying it. Show me a letter.
You know, also, GVL, the question is, why is the BJP speaking on behalf of the girl and the father? Why is the BJP office, press department, putting out these statements? Let the girl's father or the girl speak for themselves.
Is it a well-administered? Then why
did you ask this question to the Congress party? Why are they speaking on behalf of rogue officers? Why are they speaking on behalf of everybody else? Whose line are they taking? Why are they going against the line taken by the family itself? They are saying we have asked for protection and we are happy with what had happened. Don't invade our privacy. What more do you want? It's a condemnation of the government. I think the entire government should be ashamed. They are trying to.
The BJP Ashish Khaitan saying that the matter ends when the father says that he asked for the girl to be kept under surveillance.
Okay, yes. Rahul, we have seen that often when a victim is ranged against the might of the state, the victim doesn't muster the courage to stand up and speak. And this has often happened in the state of Gujarat. Will you let others speak?
Yes.
Will you let others speak? Or you are going to behave like a street hooligan over here? Will you let others speak?
Well,
let's just try and maintain the level of public discourse. One second, please. 1 second. I said the terms and conditions of this debate. You're our guests over here. Please maintain a standard of public debate. Let's not degenerate this into a tutu mehmet serves nobody's purpose. Ashish, complete your argument. Then
the point is that often we have seen where the might of the state is ranged against a common man. The common man often wants to strike a compromise. We don't know under what circumstances the father is issuing these statements. Mind you, the first letter that was issued by father was not sent by father directly to media houses. It was sent by the BJP office. The second statement issued by father has reached the NCW this morning, but it was out in the press yesterday. Who sent it out in the press yesterday? To the NCW, it was sent. It was dropped at the peon at the security downstairs, not even personally delivered. So how do we know that the father is not being tutored? That there is not tremendous pressure being brought to bear upon the father to give convenient responses that suits the BJP government.
You see, even if father demands a surveillance, the government doesn't have a power to put surveillance on others without going through the due process of law. Why the former order was not issued by the Home Secretary? Why it was given to the telephone department for tapping the girl's phone? And if anything objectionable is noticed, no follow-up action is taken. If Pradeep Sharma is responsible, he is right staying in Gujarat. He is not running away from this. CBI has no jurisdiction. CBI has got jurisdiction only in the cases entrusted by the courts or
no, but that's when the onus is on the Modi government to order a probe. Yes. But Mr. Iyer, the other question that's being asked.
Why not central government?
Because the state has to ask the CBI to order an investigation.
If the CBI has already so-called got evidence, why has it not taken action for 4 years, done anything about it? Why do they leak it in this salacious manner?
Okay, let Manish answer that question.
And why
Mr.
not
Iyer,
why single
the question around the timing of the expose, coming as it does just days before the elections, coming as it does when opinion polls showing the Congress in very poor light, raises serious questions about the motivations of the CBI. The fact is that this is not an investigation done by journalists themselves. This is something which was part of CBI property and is now out in the public domain. The CBI too, sir, has questions to answer.
Yeah, sure. Ask the CBI these questions. I have a probe in which the innocence of Mr. Modi will stand glaringly revealed. If there is nothing to this story, then surely these hysterical people should be welcoming a probe. But if there is a murkier tale, then I'm not surprised that they're being as hysterical as they are.
No, why is the Congress also demanding? No,
why
the BJP has said that there shouldn't be a probe.
I want to know.
The BJP has officially said there shouldn't be a probe. Manishanka Iyer says if Modi and Shah are innocent, let the matter be probed.
This gentleman was indicted by CBI for having broken every law of the land in trying to destroy ISRO. Every law.
There are CBI people, all are exonerated. All exonerated by Vajpayee government.
Wait. But the fact is there was, and you entered into a quid pro quo deal with the Congress.
That's the charge against Modi for genocide.
There is a fact.
He's an author of the
world knows it. Doesn't matter.
There is genocide order.
No, but the language that you use is convenient. You say indicted when there were charges, and in the charges over here you find them scandalous and scurrilous.
This is blatant lie.
Well,
regular inquiry was conducted. Vajpayee government has given awards to all of us. Vajpayee government has given promotion to all three officers.
The question that nobody is asking, and I want to put that question to GVL Narasimha Rao. GVL, why does the BJP government not order a probe? is it not in Narendra Modi and Amit Shah's best interest to allow the Gujarat police maybe to order a probe? That's the first police force. Let them order a probe. Let them say that nothing untoward happened, and that will give Modi and Amit Shah both a clean sheet. Why do you allow that?
What is there to probe, Rahul? What is that probe?
The violation of the Indian Telegraph Act, violation of Supreme Court guidelines on who can be probed under what circumstances, what policies should be followed, what norms should be followed. These are serious violations of norm.
I think
that is what needs to be probed, GBL.
On their nickels repeatedly. This government has absolutely I think I'm surprised they have the scruples to raise such questions. This government has received strictures of all kinds. This is not a matter to be probed because there is no complaint, there is no wrongdoing. I think it's the pettiness of the Congress that is really on display. We are not going to satisfy the pettiness of the Congress and the picadillos of the Congress. I think if they want to engage in this kind of smear campaign, they can do it because they are not getting the people to listen to them. They have panicked, and in their panic they are simply trying to throw some mud on the other party, and let me assure them, we will hit them back with equal measure. If they don't stop this nonsense here, I think they will face it. There is so much that one can rake up against them. It's all in public domain. We have maintained some level of public debate and discourse and decorum. I think if they want to break that, I think it will be a free-for-all. I think you are going to watch a free-for-all. I think let's face it.
No, but it already is a free-for-all.
No,
I don't
it's
know what you're talking about. It's a free-for-all both ways. Make no mistake about that. Mr. Manishankar Iyer, Mr. Manishankar Iyer, the Congress actually, the BJP actually believes that the charges that have been levelled against Modi will help him draw sympathy, will make BJP RSS supporters believe that because his campaign was going so well, because his rallies were attracting so many crowds, because the Congress had no stick to beat him with, because your corruption and policy paralysis is being held against you, therefore you try to pull Modi down. That's what they're hoping the people will interpret this to be.
They are welcome to hope whatever they wish to hope. They are welcome to take comfort from whatever they see is happening. The small issue here, the pointed issue here, is that apparently the government of Gujarat have violated the law and violated the directives of the Supreme Court at the instance of the Chief Minister and through his favorite politician, the Minister of State for Home Affairs. I have seen transcripts of some extracts from the conversations that have been recorded, and it would seem that the reason why so much screaming and shouting is taking place on this program is because they know they're guilty, and I will hold them accountable, and their cheap little threats that we will also pull out the garbage. We'll let them pull out whatever garbage they want. In any case, the gutter snipes are functioning in the gutter.
I would like to ask Manishankar Iyer. Pranab Mukherjee, as cabinet minister, had said he was being snooped, his office was being bugged. I want to know what happened to that probe. A cabinet minister says it openly.
But they ordered a probe.
But then
in this case, there hasn't been a probe. They found that there was no bugging happening. But even in this case, let there be a probe. Let them come to the same conclusion.
CBI say this is
the CBI doesn't probe a state government matters. The state government whose responsibility it is to do so.
When the case is under its charge, then it can make
Ashish Kaitan, before I conclude, have you had an opportunity to speak to this girl? Do we know what she has to say? Is she watching television, feeling the heat of what's happening? What is she saying
Rahul,
right now?
from day one we were very clear what is the story. For us, the story was the violation of the most solemn covenant in a democracy, which is the lawmakers and the law enforcers are not going to break the law. One, they are not going to commit a crime. Two, they are going to uphold the rule of law. Four, they are not going to breach the privacy of an individual and uphold the right to life and liberty. And in this case, all prima facie has been violated.
But it raises
is not violation of law.
But that can be said about every story.
CBI.
That can be said about every story.
You can't any police force.
No, I'm accepting that it is motivated. I'm saying that yes.
Not motivated. Is it lawful for them to hand over
but that can, the CAG report being released before time, which the BJP played up in a big way, was also something that happened against the parliamentary privilege. What is the difference?
And CBI.
What is the difference? That report was leaked before time. This report's been put out in the public domain.
Leaked before time, fine. Take whoever's CAG to task. But I'm saying.
No, why is the BJP not willing for a probe? Why does Modi not accept a probe, madam?
Please understand, every day you come and tomorrow you will say he was running a brothel, he will start then having to prove himself. I'm saying you are not beyond it, by the way. The point I'm trying to make is this: every day there is only one agenda and the media is lapping up that one. They come up with some flimsy, foolish, salacious charge, and then for 3 days at a row, it goes on in 1 second, please. And the government has come to a standstill because the only thing it's trying to do is
Parliament had come to a standstill on Arun Jaitley's CDR, which only reveals who called whom, nothing more.
All I'm saying
Parliament, and rightly so, Parliament had come to a standstill. If Arun Jaitley has a right to privacy, then so do you and I.
Let GVL Narasimha Rao respond to that.
Did you go berserk
Mr.
over
GVL
it?
Narasimha Rao, when Mr. Jaitley felt his privacy had been violated, Parliament was brought to a standstill. Now when this young girl's privacy gets violated, you think the matter is frivolous. It doesn't matter. Jaitley matters, this young girl doesn't. Why? How is one privacy for one person more important than privacy for the other?
And who is complaining about privacy being invaded?
Exactly.
I think in fact the family is saying it is the political parties, mainly the Congress party, which is actually targeting them and invading their privacy.
Sir, you and I and Arun Jaitley can complain, but you have to realize that a girl who is living in Ahmedabad, her future in Ahmedabad, may not have the courage to take a stand against the state government.
But this is the gross bizarre argument.
Yes.
I'm sorry, if honestly,
if the
father, the family,
invaded by the Congress
GVL,
party.
you've said your piece, Madhu.
the family is actually begging you.
No,
Supposing, is there any evidence that they are under terror? The fact is,
why don't they come out and speak? Why are they speaking through the BJP press department?
Yes.
Through the BJP press department, madam. It's
Because
not the family that's put it out.
Congress is speaking through Gulail and the father is speaking through BJP.
Why can't they approach the government? That's the government. That's the state government. There is a regular
All I'm
channel.
saying, CBI is
Don't want to
speaking
stick
through
to the facts.
Gulail.
All you want to
I
indulge
mean,
is
this is
insinuations
self-appointed
and wild
guardians.
allegations. Insinuations and wild allegations.
Please,
This is the
either do an investigation.
So who will do the
Bring us-
investigation?
You do it, not real investigation.
Do I have the power that the CRPC and IPC?
For
Is
God's
that your understanding of
sake,
law?
Please understand what I'm saying, Rahul. I'm
Yes.
saying if the so-called victim is pleading repeatedly, you want to endanger her life further by having
pleading.
No,
Where have we heard from
all
the
right,
victim?
forget it. All
Where have we
right.
heard from
Then
the victim,
go
madam?
to the family. Why don't you send your reporters to the family, find out if they are under pressure, offer them support, offer them protection. At least the Congress should offer them protection.
That's the job of the state. That's the job of the state
I'm
to
saying
create
they are
an
saying
atmosphere
before.
where the truth can
If
emerge. That's not the
please
job
be
of
quiet for a
journalists.
minute.
That's
If
the
I-
job of the state to create an atmosphere where
You
truth can
cannot be
prevail.
a self-appointed guardian of my freedom.
And you are the self-appointed guardian of the BJP interest.
I'm saying,
Yes.
please, there's a limit
Yes.
to stooping low.
Yeah, there's a
when you
limit
go
to
that
stooping
low,
low. You should apply this
if
to
the
yourself.
girl or the father or anybody around them had said they are under pressure, you were well within your rights to say, there is a case there. They are pleading with you to do so. Go find out, Rahul. Why don't you send your reporters? Find out if the family is under pressure. In the meantime, you can't take Congress
that means that the state won't do anything. The state won't assist the due process where truth can be discovered. You want us to do investigation. You want us to create an atmosphere where truth can prevail.
That's the least you can do.
Oh, that's your understanding of how the state should run. And that's your definition of a democracy.
For the CBI.
This is how democracy will be run in this country.
No, hatchet or no hatchet, conspiracy, no conspiracy. The question still remains. The girl was put under surveillance. She was stalked obsessively by the state government.
Has she said so?
The tapes reveal
I'm
so.
saying, but has
The
she
tape.
said?
So is she
Go
Madhu
find
Kishwa, will
out.
she be allowed to speak?
Why not? Go find out.
Oh, of course we will.
In absentia, you cannot be her defenders. Please understand that everybody has
But you
rights.
can't be speaking for her without
but
having spoken to her either.
I'm not speaking on her behalf. I'm just saying you cannot, if
Rahul,
there is
I
no
have a point.
evidence,
Just
please
simple point.
either find out.
Please,
say
please.
we have, this is the evidence for we have to believe that she's under pressure or her father is under pressure.
Consider this.
Bring some
quick final
evidence.
comment. I'm out of time.
Consider this. Tomorrow I'm a victim of the abuse of state powers. My phone is intercepted. My children are followed. My wife is followed. I'm put under intense scrutiny. State's top police wings are kept round the clock to keep a vigil on me, and I say now I want to strike a compromise. I don't want to pursue this. Will the matter end there?
Bring some evidence.
Will the matter end there?
Quick final comments.
You see, my final comments are my 660 pages long 9 affidavits. They are under scrutiny of National Nanavati Commission and Dr. Raghavan's team, etc. Nobody has approached the court for filing a perjury case against me. Another challenge is that from the first affidavit onwards, I claimed that if my evidence can be proved wrong, then I am willing to face anything.
That's a separate matter. That's the matter of a separate debate.
I am willing to undergo narco test anywhere in India except Gujarat. Can Modi do that? Can the henchman and the sycophants do that? He is responsible for killing, organizing killing. He is the author of the genocide. And God, please, listen,
we'll debate that.
Challenge that.
Final verdict has not come.
We will debate that separately. That matter has been debated. The reality is, Snoopgate has got caught in a political crossfire. Somewhere in the din and the noise and the political fireworks, the substantive issues are being ignored. The questions about why there was surveillance, why was there an obsessive level of surveillance, and why are Narendra Modi and Amit Shah both sides. The Congress, of course, relishing the prospect of Modi being in trouble and trying to use it to the best that they can. The reality is that the popularity that he was building did unnerve the Congress, and that is the reason why they're targeting him in the way that they are. But that doesn't take away from the substantive points of what this investigation puts out about illegal surveillance. You've heard very fiercely argued polar opposite points of view. As always, we don't tell you what to think. You decide where you stand on Snoopgate. Madhu Kishwa, Mr. Shikumar, Ashish Kaitan, GVL Narasimha Rao, and Manishanka Iyer for joining us on the center stage face-off tonight. Thank you very much.